Well, howdy. Here it is, another Sunday. It's the 4th of September 2011. And of course I watch the news programs, Meet the Press, and this week with Christina Amanpour. It looks like Face the Nation isn't coming on until 11 o'clock or so tonight. So I don't know why it's being delayed all that time, except to think that maybe they're waiting for leaks to come out of the White House or something regarding the president's speech on Thursday. But this Senator DeMint came on one of those two programs, I don't remember which one, and said that Social Security was broke. You know, so the Republicans are saying, oh, well, Social Security is broke. And the Democrats are saying, no, there's $2.7 trillion in the fund. So one of them are lying. Which one is it that's lying? Well, since the checks are still going out, it was broke, the checks wouldn't be going out, so you figure out who is the one who is lying. Now, I was going to make a video saying something to the effect of what I would do if I was the president. But I think I'll wait until I hear what he says he's going to do. And then maybe I'll make a video saying what I would do. Of course, I'm not running for president, don't want to be the president, too old to be the president, and this whole ball of wax of politics that's going on with the gridlock between the Congress and the president is totally ridiculous, and it's un-American. But one thing I would do if I was president is for example, Pelosi put in some good bills that would help the nation, and the Republicans killed it in the House. I would make a list of all the Republicans who killed those bills that Pelosi and other Democrats have brought forth and had the bills killed by Republicans. I would make a list of the people who caused that to happen, and if I was president, I would say, here's a list of the people we need to recall and vote out because they're un-American. They're against the American people, they're against the American economy, and they're un-American people. That's what I would do. And I would say, recall them immediately, and if there's not enough time, then of course vote them out in the next election and put in regular working people. Like, there's thousands and thousands of school teachers who have been lost their jobs in various states all over America. Well, if I was one of those teachers, if I was like 40 or less or whatever, I'd be running for Congress, I'd be running for Senate, I'd be running for governor, and all these teachers could then take over this country and make it like what it's supposed to be, what it used to be. But I have to tell you that already Republican governors have thrown seniors under the bus because they've been cutting down on SSI. Now, a lot of seniors and people who are blind and disabled vets depend on SSI. What SSI is a supplemental income for people who are below the poverty level. And like I said in one of my other videos, I can't find what the poverty level is. And if someone out there can find what the poverty level is, I hope they'll make a comment on this video and let me know what is the poverty level. In which I don't understand how a governor who receives federal funds from all the taxpayers in the United States, I don't understand how he has the power to say, okay, we're going to cut these funds to the seniors and to the disabled and to the blind and blah, blah, blah. They're federal funds. How does a governor have the power to take away federal funds when it was the federal government who gave these funds or these benefits to the people? If anybody's going to take it away, it would have to be the Social Security Department, which is an arm of the government. So I wrote a letter to Harry Reid, and I said, they're doing this. And he said, well, everybody in America is taking a hit. Wait a minute. I'm not everybody in America. Seniors aren't everybody in America. They're people who worked all their lives, and now they depend on their Social Security, and in some cases, SSI. And they want to take it away. There's something drastically wrong. And I think, Harry Reid was putting the blame off on the governor. He said it's the governor. But I think it's the Congress, and maybe even the president, that are doing that. Because if you believe the philosophy that the American government is broke, then they would be sending less money to the states, correct? But then you hear, that they just sent $900,000 to North Korea in food aid and things like that. Now wait a second. North Korea has traditionally been the enemy of the free world. So they can send $900,000 to an enemy of the free world and cut down on American SSI? I say whoever sent that money to North Korea is a damn traitor. They're a damn traitor to the American people. And somebody out there, one of you investigative reporters, ought to be looking into that and see who exactly it was who approved $900,000. It's almost $1 million in food aid to be sent to the North Koreans. A lot of you don't know that in the Korean War, the Chinese came in to help the North Koreans. And we had an expeditionary force of Marines, 20,000 Marines, going up into the Chosin Reservoir area, heading for the Yalu River, and 5,000 of those Marines were shot by Chinese troops. And there was an expedition army force going in on the east side of the Chosin River, and half of them got killed. And now they want to send food to these North Koreans so they can get strong and do it all over again, right? Yeah, good thinking, you people in the government. Was it the State Department that did that? What are you people nuts? You got a screw loose? Just like the government accounting office? You got a screw loose when you say there's not been any inflation for the last 3 years. Mexico had inflation of 3% or more over the last 3 years. You mean to tell me America didn't? So our government is lying to us. Let me give you another example. Back in 1999, I decided to find a new wife. And I found one in Peru. And I had to go through all the hoops and jump through the hoops and do the paperwork and blah, 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 blah. And they weren't giving out the visa. So I wrote to my congressman, who was, I think, at that time, Bill Bray. And he says to me in a letter, "Oh, well, you filled out the long form for your income taxes. If you want to get a visa for your new spouse, you have to redo your income taxes and send in the short forms." So I had to do all that, and it cost me over $600. I had legal deductions in the original, was it 1040A, the long form? But in order for me to get a visa for her, I had to redo all of my taxes for 3 years. Government should not have power like that over American citizens. And the embassy said, well, we have guidelines. So I did all that, and they still didn't want to give out the visa. Then I said, well, I had enough of this, so I wrote a letter to Senator Feinstein, and I said, you know, at that time I was living in California, and I said, hey, I'm a Californian citizen. What right does the federal government have over me to tell me that I can't get a wife from whatever country I want to? You know? Well, that marriage only lasted about 6 years, and it had a lot of political ramifications included with it. And one of the stipulations was that before they would give her the visa, she had to get one of her relatives, who was a general in the Peruvian army, to release some American prisoners. So they used me to get American prisoners released. Well, I feel good about that. However, I don't feel good about having to pay another $600 and give back my deductions, legal deductions from my income tax. That's bull, you know. Now, if they would have said to me, hey, Bill, you know, we're having a delay because we're trying to get these Americans released out of the jail, I would have said, okay, good. Well, how can I help you? But they don't tell you that until it's all done. And then you don't find it out until you find it out from your spouse, who found it out from her general uncle. So there's a lot of black bag stuff going on in the world that I don't approve of, and I think we should get the hell out of Afghanistan and get the hell out of Iraq. Look, we got Osama bin Laden, and we got the second guy in command. We won. Let's get out of there. You know, you want to do something with those troops, put them on the American border, on both borders. You know, let them guard the borders. I saw Joe Madison on a program. He's a talk show host. He's a black guy. Talking on, I can't remember the name of the program, but at the end of the program, the guy says, bye-bye. What the hell's the name of that program? But that guy, Madison, makes a lot of sense. You know? And I think what he was alluding to is that when you start cutting all kinds of jobs and programs and throwing people into poverty, you know, you're asking for trouble. You're asking for physical trouble. And that's one of the reasons why I say everybody should have 1,000 bullets at home. You never know what the hell is going to come down the pike. So, I'll make another video after the president talks, and I'll tell you, if I was the provisional president of the United States of America, what I would do. Basically, it's what Tom Hartman says he would do, you know. But he's not talking to the general American public. He only has a few million TV viewers and radio listeners. So it's up to each and every one of you to spread the word, to watch Tom Hartman on TV and listen to him on radio. And hopefully you'll email this video to all of your friends. And if you're in Twitter, and you'll maybe retweet the link that you'll see for this video to all of your followers. So like I said before, this party and the Green Party are about the only two parties I can see that has a philosophy that is good for the American people and good for the economy. The Republicans, they want to, you know, I call them pirates because they want to hurt the American economy. They want to take away everything. And this guy Perry says that Social Security is unconstitutional. Just like, what's that little guy's name? Who's really a libertarian, Ron Paul. He says it's unconstitutional. So, all I can say to you people, to my fellow Americans, is if you vote for a Republican, you're cutting your own throat. You're cutting your own throat.